Chapter 2, Hope. I slept like a rock once the doctor put a special stuff into that IV connected to my arm to help me sleep. He honestly thought I was going to be immune to his effects, but I went out like a light in a matter of moments into a restless sleep. So joke's on him for thinking me being part of Dragon makes me immune to all kinds of things, just some of them. I didn't see Princess Luna again until after breakfast, as I said when she walked into the room. The doc said I'm not too hurt, that I need to stay in the hospital wing another minute. He says I can leave as soon as I'm willing. Well, if you're willing after breakfast, how about joining me for a stroll? I'd like to talk to you about a few things, asked Princess Luna. After finishing my food, I accepted the offer. We walked through the big halls for a little bit of silence before Princess Luna broke the silence. So you really haven't been to our world before? Not as far as I remember. My folks did a lot of traveling to all kinds of different places and worlds before I was hatched, but I have never heard about a place like this in their notes, I say, while putting my alligator claws behind my head as I kept pace with her. Oh, and as for me being banished, it wasn't that I did anything bad. The one who banished me, well, let's just say they are the fathers of all jerks. They mess with a lot of good souls, and I was trying to avenge them, which is how I ended up here after all that. Well, thank you for easing my worries, said Princess Luna with a sigh. Okay, spill it, I say suddenly while moving to stand in front of the now confused Princess Luna. You've acted strange ever since you saw me. I know first impressions don't always work out, but something tells me you were more than grateful for hearing why I was banished. It has something to do with that guy you keep mentioning. Clipboard, was it? No, yes, it is. His name is Discord, said Princess Luna, who stopped trying to defend herself. Aside from me and my sisters, who are the most powerful ponies, he could easily beat the two of us, but things aren't completely like that. He first appeared in our world over 1,000 years ago. He tried to fit in with the ponies by showing off his power, but it led to some misunderstandings where I'll just come up with some of it. He ended up taking over our land, Equestria, and becoming a tyrant, where every day was chaotic. I was nearly stunned by her story, as I said while straightening up my pose. Oh, so you were worried I was going to be like him? Well, I still am. We just met last night, and I don't know a thing about you, said Princess Luna. And after a thought, I decided that statement about me was good enough. Also, we were hoping you'd know how he ended up in Equestria, or at least know where his family is. Sorry, I never even heard of him until I got here, I say honestly with a shrug before raising an eyebrow. But I may have an idea. How old is he? Princess Luna raised an eyebrow at the question of age, so she says while deciding to bite. He once claimed to be older than the planet itself, so possibly eons? I burst out laughing at that. Well, that doesn't help. I'm way younger than him, so there's no way we're related, or if we are, he could be my grandfather. Princess Luna joined me in laughter at that before we both got a hold of ourselves. Look, I'm kind of a bit sore both emotionally about what brought me and literally from the crash, so I really don't want to tell my whole story right away. But I was serious when I said I didn't want to cause trouble, but this world of yours is sure beautiful, so I wouldn't mind calling it home. Princess Luna looked surprised at my statement about her world, but she keeps her smile as she says with a nod, That sounds great, but we're already at where we're supposed to be. She turned to this nearby door and opened it with her magic. I followed her inside to find it was this giant bedroom. It looked like a whole grizzly bear could fit in there. This is where you'll be staying while you're here in the palace. The look around the room before stepping in, and I say while nodding at the looks, it's perfect. I can use some of my decorating powers to make it look more homely, but it's a good start. Yeah, and I have another question for you, and it's about your magic, said Princess Luna, as I had a bad feeling this was coming. You didn't know any healing magic. Are you not as powerful as Discord, or does it have to do with you being from another universe? I think about it while walking over to the only window in the room with her and looking at the nearby cloud before I answer. Well, I'm much younger than him, and from what I could tell about your story of how you know this guy, he doesn't have any education in magic. I did back where I'm from, so I know when not to use my magic, but to be honest, I haven't mastered certain spells yet. I know how to use them, but I'm still a newbie at them. That's why I walk rather than float in midair like others of my kind. I'm still in my hundreds. A Draconius isn't fully a master of chaos magic until they've reached their 1,000th year, and they would still be young. Discord sounds like he's in Middle Ages if he's completely mastered the powers he was born with. And I'm 821, so how about I offer you a deal? Princess Luna was suddenly cautious at this sudden follow-up question. What kind of a deal? Well, nothing you'll regret. I'll provide you and your sister everything I know about my species to my knowledge, but in return I want you two to teach me everything I need to know about your world, I say, while turning to point a claw at Princess Luna. You know the dangers, your society, it's magic, just what to expect. Princess Luna thought it over and said with a nod, I'll have to bring it up with Celestia too, but this sounds fair enough. She's waiting for us in the throne room if you're ready to go in right now. You go ahead. I want some time to myself, I say, before watching Princess Luna leave the room with what looked like a sad face. Did I say something wrong?